no gold is not enough.
Alright, so this video is going to be a bit different. Perhaps you've noticed it, and the reason for that is I am using Screencast-O-Matic to record this one, and the reason for that is two things. First off, I want you to be able to see what a video shot with Screencast-O-Matic in full screen looks like. So if you like it, then know that you can get the same quality for free using Screencast-O-Matic, the free version. And secondly, I'm going to record myself using Camtasia, and unfortunately I cannot record myself using Camtasia with Camtasia. Doesn't work. So first off, let's open up Camtasia. It's going to appear right here. Let's click on Start Recording. We're going to go with full screen. Okay, hopefully it doesn't bug things out. Let me look. No, it doesn't look like it's bugging out. So what I want to do in this video is I just want to show you the quality you can expect from a video from Camtasia, how to edit them. I'm not going to go over too much because it's so simple and they have video tutorials. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you the good export settings, because if you fail your export settings, your video is going to look much uglier than it should actually. So Camtasia is right here. I'm actually recording while I'm using Camtasia, so I could have done it. I'm so stupid. Okay, so this is the slide videos that you saw in the beginning of the course, but I'm actually going to stop recording this then, because it's a bit useless. Okay, so we're in this in the editor. So as soon as you've recorded something on Camtasia, it's going to appear in the media section here. Then all you need to do is drag the media out to this it's called a timeline. Okay, and this is where you actually work on videos. So this is the timeline. Usually when I end my videos, there's a latency between when I stop talking and then I need to actually go ahead and click on stop recording. So I always end up deleting something here, something like 10 seconds of videos, but I already did that. And the way you do that is, the way you do this is you simply select a part of the timeline by keeping the tab key pushed, pressed, and selecting what you want, and then just hitting back. But it's going to look different on whether or not you're using Camtasia for Mac or for Windows. So look, there's a couple things that I always do in my videos, and you're going to recognize them. Is I always add a cursor effect, because the cursor really looks quite small on your screen, and it's just, I want people to be able to see it. Even if someone would look my video with a half-blind person were to watch my videos, I want them to still be able to see my moves. Okay, so audio effects. Looks, if you have a good microphone, you're not going to need any of this. Honestly, it just doesn't compute with me. I just never use it. Video effect, I never do too, because the reason I don't is I want my videos to look professional. And remember those those videos that you would watch in 2007 and people would make them with Windows Movie Maker, whatever it was. It doesn't look good. Okay, it doesn't look good, and none of these actually look good in my opinion. I mean, why would I ever do that, right? If you want to remove an effect, it's going to be located right under. You can see the effects of both cursor, highlight, and sepia. I'm going to remove that one, again, by hitting the back button. So what do I think you should know about? Annotations are pretty cool. So in case you forgot to say something in your video, you can always add text. Okay. And if you don't want to speak in your video, you may as well add text, but you're going to have to add a lot of it. And so that's how you add your text. You can move it around, etc. So right here is the length of the annotation. That means it's going to start 2 minutes and 1 seconds, and it's going to go all the way to 2 minutes and about 5 seconds, and you can make it both bigger. Come on, you can make it bigger, move it around. Okay, but that's just theory. I'm not going to actually put that in my video. So a lot of different bubbles. Really, they're all text holders. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which one you use. You can go ahead and point out to something that's important in the video. Yeah, you can do that if you want. I never do it though. But those are cool little effects. I mean, I create so many videos. Problem is I shoot at least 10 videos a day, so I don't go in depth with what I do. Perhaps I should, perhaps I should. And those are just, oopsies, those are just holders here. Okay, so frames that you can add to your video. Something that I use very often is the blur, blur out information. For example, I'm typing in a password or even my email address in some cases. I'm going to blur it out with this blurriness annotation. I'm not sure that's how it's called, but basically if you head to annotation and go to blur, this is it. And it has the same properties as every annotation, meaning you can make it bigger, smaller, etc. And yeah, you can blur out pretty much anything. So as you can see, you can still see through it, but the idea is to get, to hide text, important information. Okay, so that's pretty much it. But if you've never used Camtasia, excuse me, and you're going to use it for the first time, you're going to render your video and it's not going to look good. And you might wonder, well, why is that? It's because Camtasia is by default going to break down your screen. It's going to lower the pixels on your screen, and you're going to see that if you click here, you have to click on the actual frame. Now I'm at 100% when it comes to the scale, but by default, you're going by default, you're going to be set at 50%. It's always that way. It's always that way. Yeah, you're going to be set at 50%. But you won't even notice it because the canvas is also going to be set to 50%. Right? So this is what you're going to see. And to you, it looks good. It looks awesome. But if you export it, it's going to be ugly. Okay, it is going to be ugly. It's going to be all blurry. You won't even be able to read anything. So what you need to do is you need to click on this, scale up all the way to 100%. The rotations and the position, the opacity, etc. Just don't touch that unless you know what you're doing. And then you're going to need to adjust the canvas by zooming out, adjust canvas, and going with YouTube 1080p. That's what I'm recording. Now, do keep in mind I have a lot of space, I have hardwares, etc. But I'm here to tell you that there's something quite annoying with Camtasia, but it's necessary to have really high quality videos. My videos are the highest quality. The thing is, for this video, which is going to be 3 minutes something, the file is probably going to end up being 1/4 of a gigabyte. So it's big. The files are big, they're heavy, and I'm going to show you how to make them smaller if you want. So in order to export your video, head to the share button here, click on advanced export. If you click on export, you won't be able to select settings which you want to do. So if you click on advanced export, get first off a couple options. The first one is export to MP4, which is what I do, but then you have all of these different different extensions, but I just always go with MP4. Naming it, of course. Alright. And then if you click on option, this is where it gets interesting. The frame rate, I always go with the highest because look, this, it's not as if they were offering 30, 25, 15. It's 30, 15, 10, and 15 looks awful, so don't even go with that. Keyframe every 24 frames. I don't know what a keyframe is. I really don't. I've never touched this, and my video they look good. So the quality. Okay, look, it says smaller file size or higher quality. I've maxed this out because I don't care if my files, are heavy. I really don't. So to me, it's not a problem. But if you can't afford to have, 5 videos five 5-minute videos, and that's 2 gigabytes. If you can't really afford that, then go with smaller file size. Do keep in mind that if you go with the lowest file size, your video is going to be ugly. So high quality, smaller file size. Maybe you'll be able to find a balance. I just maxed it out. And image size is the current image size. So don't mess with that. Just adjust the canvas to 1080p, and then you won't have to select it here. You just can keep current in. Just click on OK, and then once that's done, you can export, and it takes a couple of minutes. It's not so long, really. The example I'm going to use for this course, as far as in-display advertising is concerned, is this ad. So it's an ad I created. It's about 15 minutes long. It's a mix of both PowerPoint and not PowerPoint, which would be screencasting, of course. I'm getting a bit tired here, excuse me. But I'm going to use this one as an example, Jesus. So that means I'm going to upload it, I'm going to optimize it, I'm going to run it, I'm going to find keywords for it, etc. But you need to know what it's all about, so it would make sense. Okay, so I'm also going to create the equivalent for in-stream ads. So you've created an ad, and in my case, it's going to be an ad showing my results, so my earnings, my income, relative to one aspect of affiliate marketing, which is email marketing. Okay, and I'm going to upload that one, and I'm going to target people who would like to know more about building a list. And the way the ad is going to make me money is when people click on it, I actually show them a good piece of information. I show them my income, and at the end of the video, and actually throughout the video, I encourage them to click on the link, which is going to bring them to my website, where I'm going to ask them to fill in a form and get their email address, and then I will try to upsell them to the course. But that's basically the main idea of most ads. Anyways, so we're going to find keywords now. We're going to find keywords, then we're going to later on upload it and target, etc. But we're going to find keywords. So I want to find keywords for people who would like to know how to build a list. And even though it may seem obvious, I actually challenge that it's not. Sometimes the best keywords, you really don't know what they're going to be like. So let me just open my text editor here. I don't usually use text editor, but in this case I am going to do it. So it's just a bit more clear for you at least. Okay. So a couple of ways we're going to do that. The first one is, well, actually just one way. First one is to just search on youtube.com. Example for this would include list building. So that's already a healthy list of keywords. So list building, and I don't think, unfortunately, I can. Yes, how do I get all those emails without having to type in manually everything? See, this is quite annoying. List building tutorial. Then it's the same, followed by tips, training, video, profit, how much? Training, video. So basically, someone looking for a list building training video is going to be delighted by my video, because I give out a lot of tips, and I show them that I'm an influence and an authority, because I've done very well with email marketing in the past. And if they want to learn more, then they'll have to head to my website, obviously. But you can capture a lot of keywords here by typing list building or list marketing. List marketing is not even a thing. Email marketing. Marketing best practices for beginners. 2015 tips and tricks, etc. So you can get your keywords on here, but another great place is going to be the Google Keyword Planner, which has changed in the past, but that was a healthy 2 years ago or something. Keyword Planner, there you go. So you need to be logged to your AdWords accounts, but that shouldn't be a problem. Open it up. Okay, so once you're in the Google AdWords Planner, you can head to search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. So click on that. Then in here, you want to paste, well, not paste, but write the keywords that define the most and the most common keywords related to your industry. So if I want to do, list building and affiliate marketing, it would be list building, which makes sense. Email marketing. Just 2 keywords is going to be just enough to get a healthy list of keywords. So that makes sense. Click on get ideas and then just skip the ad group ideas and then just go with keyword ideas. Okay, so you're going to get a list of keywords that are sought after. Keep in mind that the keywords that people type into YouTube are all generally different than the keywords they type into Google. It's always going to be more, how can I say, tutorial oriented on YouTube, and those are the keywords search for on Google. But I don't know of a tool that can help you find keywords for YouTube. If you do, be sure to let me know, but I haven't seen that. And then what you can do is you could click download. Open it up, let's say in Google Drive. That's pretty cool. So those are 800 automatically generated keywords. You can click on open file, which is going to open the file in your Google Drive. If you don't have it, you can download as an Excel sheet. That's going to work also. Alright, so all of these keywords are going to be for you to sort out. The problem is, by default, it's not going to be very targeted, especially the high keywords, because the high keywords are usually the most general searches. For example, work from home. Of course, affiliate marketing is a way to work from home, but you can see why this keyword would perform less than, for example, email marketing, of course. But that's a pretty broad keyword. So you can go ahead and you can paste all of these keywords. Okay, I'm just going to take an example and then just paste them into your text editor and manually go ahead and remove those that you don't think are related enough to your industry. So for example, make an email is obviously not going to cut it. Integrated email communication, I don't even know what that is. Email template, marketing plan, could be, but let's not do that. And so you're going to be able to look at this mass email software marketing your business could also work. You're going to take all of these keywords and you're going to paste them in. We're going to paste them in to the advertising targeting spots in YouTube, and then we're going to see which one converts, and we're going to remove the others at the end. Okay, now we need to make a good looking thumbnail for our video. So this is only important within display videos because those are going to appear on someone's search results, and that's the only place where the thumbnail is going to display. Whereas with in-stream ads, no display are necessary. So a good thumbnail obviously is a thumbnail that's going to allow you to get as high of a click-through rate as possible. That means that for every 100 person that sees your ad, how many of them are going to click on it? Most likely it's going to be for how many thousand people, because most of the time not even 1 in 1,000 person is going to click on your ad, which is why in display has a tendency to not bring you as much traffic as you'd expect, because after that you need to also get the traffic from your video to your sales page, capture page, whatever. But it's not focused on that right now. We need to create good looking thumbnails. So if you don't have much of a budget to start with, you can go with GIMP. It's a very good image editor and it's 100% free, so that's I think that's a good indicator, and honestly it's quite good. I've not tried it recently. Last time I tried it was a couple of years ago, and honestly it was good enough, to make thumbnails. You don't need all the advanced features that the next software that we're going to show has, which is Photoshop, to make good looking thumbnails. But I'm going to use Photoshop because I always go with Photoshop. Photoshop is what, $9 a month, so honestly it's really cheap and really powerful. Okay, and I use it for every single aspect of my business. I run with Photoshop. I mean, I use Photoshop every single day. I don't know how I could do without it right now, but okay. Alright, so the image for a thumbnail, you need to know this is 1280 by 720 pixels, that is. Okay, so let's go with pixels, create a new. By the way, you just need to click on new here, create 1280 by 720 pixels, white. Okay, let's click on OK. And the way I like to do my thumbnails is I like to put some text in my thumbnails, because I found that people do read, of course, the title and the tagline, but really they also look at the image. So what are the good elements of a good thumbnail? First off, that's just my opinion, but well, it's not really my opinion, because I get a good click-through rate on all my ads, so I'm guessing wouldn't say it's an opinion, it's a fact. A bright and colorful background really makes a lot of difference. And you'd be surprised, because the way I split test my thumbnails, but we're going to talk about split testing later on the course, but the way I split test my thumbnails most of the time is I just change the background to start with. I change the background, and you'd be surprised at the difference in click-through rate between a red background and a green background, or a purple background. Honestly, sometimes it's double the click-through rate. So you might think it's not important, but optimizing is very important. It's later down the course. Right now, I just want to find a bright, colorful background. So let's go with, let's say, purple. I don't know why, but I found that purple works well. But you need to think about the product. For example, if I had an ad about how to run Facebook ads, or how to create a Facebook ad store, which I do, then you need to think that maybe a blue background, a Facebook blue background, would be better. Okay, so that's going to be up to you to decide right here. Okay, so purple background, like this one. Now, most of the time you need to go and ask someone for their permission to use it. But I'm not going to post that image. Okay, I'm not going to use it for commercial purposes. It's never going to leave my computer, so I think that's okay for me to use that background. Go with this. Okay, so the background is high quality, which is good to know, and it's the exact size. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so with that background, you see it's quite colorful. I'm going to add an image. What I think works best is one image or a logo, and then a piece of text, a bright piece of text. So for my example ad, which is going to be about creating my product and affiliate marketing, etc., I'm going to go with a big pot of gold. I don't know why I like that image. Again, guys, it doesn't need to be too related to what you're teaching, right? A pot of gold isn't obvious when you think about affiliate marketing. The idea here is to get clicks. Okay, it's to get clicks. If your subject, your topic is boring, make it less boring. So let me find something here. Literally, that's how I do all of my ads. Okay, I literally just spend time just trying to find nice images to put into my. This is good. Okay, adding that pot of gold right here. I might also add in the course a text file containing all my best practices for thumbnails. So what I found works best, what color, background I found work best. By the way, hint, purple does very well. For some reason, I don't know, I really don't know why, but there it is, it works well. And I'm going to add also all the I found from my split testing, so you can get better results from the start. So affiliate marketing, in just 30 minutes. There it goes. This could potentially be a bit troublesome for Google to accept, so you need to think twice about it, but I think it would be okay. Just don't go with, make $5,000 in 5 minutes. Google is going to not only frown upon you, but they're going to put you in trouble. Honestly, just for that. Okay, not too much text in the thumbnail. Should be obvious. You don't want to clog the thumbnail. It's supposed to be an image, right? It's not supposed to be text. So as you can see, black on purple is not really something you can easily read, especially from a distance. So we have two choices here. Either we make the text white, or even better, in my opinion at least, is add a external. I'm going to find this. It's calling here in French. It's called lueur externe, so it's external something, and that's what it is. So you can mess a bit with the opacity, because most of the time your background, especially if you make it colorful, is not going to be very friendly to a black text. But basically, all you need to do is change the opacity to the point where you can read the text easily, and then that's just kind of pixelizing the stuff, which I don't really like. And all of this really doesn't really add anything. Okay, just wanted to make it. And if you click on OK, it's going to save those settings, and you just need to use it on every piece of text that you have. Okay, if you want to learn how to use Photoshop, honestly, Photoshop is super complex, but if you just want to make thumbnails like this, all you need to know how to do is create the canvas, of course, so that's 1280 by 720, remember that. Get a background, get an image, and then just put it. Honestly, this this thumbnail could be better, but the fact is that, and you'll notice that if you actually take action, you'll notice that ugly works. Ugly actually works. An ugly thumbnail gets clicked on just as much as a very beautiful designed thumbnail. Honestly, I'm not saying that because I don't want to spend time making an awesome thumbnail, but honestly, this is just how it goes. So once you're done, just go with File, Export for the web. I'm going to use this thumbnail for my example also. If you click on Save, PNG is okay, JPEG is okay too. GIF is not. It's not a GIF, so, but PNG works. All of this. Look, if you don't know, don't touch it, because if you click on Save, it's just going to be good enough like that. Save, and then you can either keep the file or throw it away. But that's how the thumbnail looks now. Ta-da! So easy thumbnail, honestly. Couple things you could add would be, for example, an arrow, pointing towards the text, or less text in a big, for example, click me or click here. That could work. I haven't seen that work too well, but I guess it could. So yeah, that's for creating a thumbnail. Don't waste your time on it. And what I would do, again, for split testing purposes, but we're going to show you that in the future videos, how to split test. But something you could do, for example, is you could already, careful later on, and remove the background. You remove the background by clicking on the little eye here next to the wallpaper. So the background is removed, and then just add another one. Alright, I'm going to choose blue metallic just because I like it. I don't know if it's going to do well, but I like it, so I'm going to use it. That one has a watermark, but the watermark is so, so you can't even see it, so that's okay, I guess. And then just add it here. Again, I'm not going to use that exact image for my example because I haven't checked the rights on the backgrounds and the images, but I'm going to make another one that looks just like that. So like this, and then you need to, because now you can't see anything, but you need to go here down, right, to the timeline, and you need to take everything, every effect, and make them go above this one. Or you can take this one and slide it all the way down, because that's basically the order in which the items are placed. And if you place it right here, you should see everything just fine. Okay, so I'm also going to save this one under another name, and we're going to split this both to see which one gets the most clicks. And you might think this is just details, right? It can't be much of a difference, but I guarantee you, a simple detail can change everything, and you'll never know why. You'll never know why. You'll think, why is this blue background converting so much better than my purple background? And you know, that's just one of the mysteries of paid advertising. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't spend too much time creating your thumbnails. We have much better things to do. And I'll see you guys in the next video.